Welcome the world of coin collecting. Certain pieces stand out not only for their rarity but also for the stories they carry through time. Among them are coins that seemingly carry an ordinary appearance yet hold extraordinary value, both monetarily and historically. The 2007 Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent coin, and its 1-cent counterpart from the same year in the United States, may appear to be common pocket change. However, certain variations, errors, and historical contexts have transformed some of these coins into highly valuable treasures, worth up to $7 million in the world of rare coin collectors. This story is not just about copper and nickel. It's about history, curiosity, mystery, and the incredible value hidden in plain sight. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938, bearing the image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his Monticello estate on the reverse. By 2007, the design had already gone through multiple revisions, most notably the Westward Journey series in the early 2000s that temporarily altered the reverse designs. In 2007, the U.S. Mint returned to a new permanent design, featuring a forward-facing portrait of Jefferson, created by artist Jamie Franke. This modernized image of Jefferson looked directly at the viewer for the first time in the series, giving the coin a fresh presence while maintaining its traditional integrity. Though billions were minted that year, collectors eventually noticed anomalies, unusual strikes, and minting errors that were extremely rare, drawing massive attention. One such anomaly included a Jefferson nickel with a full strike that highlighted nearly microscopic details in the lettering and hair curls that most circulation coins lacked. Some coins showed double dies, where inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," had a shadow effect due to a misalignment during the minting process. Others displayed off-center strikes, planchet errors, or came from rare test strikes made at the Denver Mint. These anomalies made them a target for collectors. But what really sent shockwaves through the numismatic community was the discovery of a few coins that had been misstruck on 1-cent planchets. These 5-cent coins, with the design of a Jefferson nickel, were struck onto copper-plated zinc blanks intended for Lincoln cents. The result was a coin smaller in diameter, lighter in weight, and entirely copper-colored, but with the image and inscriptions of a nickel. This specific error turned out to be so rare that only a handful have ever been authenticated. The mysterious origin of these coins led to speculation. How could such an error pass through the rigorous quality control measures of the U.S. Mint? Were they test strikes? Mint mistakes? Or perhaps the result of unauthorized activity within the mint itself? Regardless of their origin, collectors agreed on one thing: these coins were not only rare, but they were also historical artifacts representing a lapse in an otherwise secure minting process. Prices skyrocketed. Auction houses reported final bids reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars, with some coins eventually fetching over $1 million. In parallel, the 2007 1-cent coin, part of the Lincoln cent series, found its own place in the collector spotlight. Normally minted in copper-plated zinc, these coins featured the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design in place since 1959. But just like the 2007 nickel, some of these coins were anything but ordinary. Errors like double dies, off-metal strikes, and die clashes added to the fascination. In one particular case, a Lincoln cent was discovered to be struck on a 5-cent blank, the reverse showing unusual flattening and the copper coating partially missing due to the different composition of the planchet. This mistake, essentially the reverse of the rare nickel error, was almost equally rare and quickly gained legendary status. Coin collectors and professional graders began scouring rolls of 2007 nickels and cents, hoping to uncover one of these rare varieties. The hunt wasn't easy. Most coins, even those with slight anomalies, weren't worth more than a few dollars. But the truly rare specimens, those with verified errors and impeccable condition, became the holy grail for numismatists. By 2015, a pristine error 2007 Jefferson nickel struck on a 1-cent planchet sold for over $1.2 million at auction. Its provenance, condition, and uniqueness combined to create a perfect storm of demand and value. As time passed and more coins were graded, the rarity became even more apparent. Only a handful existed, and the market value for top-condition examples surged. By 2025, rumors circulated of private collectors offering as much as $7 million for one of the finest known examples, solidifying its place as one of the most valuable coins in U.S. numismatic history. Part of what makes these coins so valuable is the combination of their age, error type, and the uncertainty surrounding their creation. In coin collecting, rarity is everything. A coin might be beautiful and historic, but if millions of identical coins exist, its value remains modest. But when a coin is rare, especially if it's the result of a once-in-a-lifetime minting error, it becomes priceless to the right collector. The 2007 nickel and cent anomalies check all these boxes. They're modern coins, which makes their value even more surprising to many people. They're not ancient Roman artifacts or pre-Civil War coins. They were minted in recent memory, likely passed through countless hands unnoticed. That's part of their allure. The idea that someone could have had one of these multi-million-dollar coins in their pocket change is fascinating. It encourages people to look more closely at the coins they carry and to appreciate the intricate art and process behind every minting. The face value of these coins, just 5 cents or 1 cent, stands in stark contrast to their collector value, which has reached levels once reserved for gold coins or historical treasures. The term face value refers to the amount printed on the coin, but in numismatics, that value often has little relation to its true market worth. In the case of these 2007 errors, the face value is symbolic. It tells a story of overlooked potential and hidden riches. A coin that could buy a single stick of gum at a gas station is now worth enough to buy a luxury estate. This transformation from ordinary to extraordinary is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. As collectors continue to search, there remains the possibility that more of these rare coins are still out there. In jars, drawers, or forgotten piggy banks, a $7 million coin might be waiting to be discovered. Every year, new error coins are found and authenticated, each one adding to the complex and fascinating history of American currency. The Jefferson nickel and Lincoln cent, coins that were once minted by the billions and deemed unremarkable, now serve as proof that even the smallest, most common objects can hold incredible stories. The U.S. Mint has since updated its production and quality control procedures, reducing the likelihood of similar errors. But that only increases the value of those that already exist. They are irreplaceable. Each one is a frozen moment in minting history, a perfect accident that slipped through the cracks and captured the attention of a global community of collectors. Stories have emerged of young collectors stumbling upon one of these coins in pocket change, only to discover its immense value months later. Others have inherited coin collections from relatives and, after closer inspection, realize that they possess one of the rarest coins of the 21st century. These stories add to the mythos and encourage a new generation of collectors to learn, explore, and treasure their coins. The coin collecting community has grown dramatically in recent years thanks to social media, online auction platforms, and YouTube channels dedicated to coin hunting. These platforms help educate the public and bring attention to coins like the 2007 Jefferson nickel and Lincoln cent. With high-definition videos showing magnified details and discussions about mint marks, die varieties, and planchet errors, a once niche hobby has become a global phenomenon. As more people engage with numismatics, the competition to find and acquire rare coins intensifies. And with that, so does their value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, the story of these 2007 coins serves as a reminder to always pay attention to the small things. That tiny coin you toss into a tip jar or leave in your car's cup holder could be worth a fortune. It's not just about the money, it's about the history, the craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery. In a world where everything is increasingly digital, these physical relics connect us to the past in a tangible way. As you finish this journey into the mysterious and valuable world of the 2007 Jefferson nickel and 1 cent coin, remember that history is often hidden in the most ordinary places. And sometimes, what looks like a simple 5-cent coin can carry a story worth millions. If you found this story intriguing, if it made you want to dig through your spare change or start a coin collection of your own, then don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. There are countless more stories like this waiting to be uncovered, and together, we'll explore them all. See you in the next video. Next, the vast timeline of American numismatic history. Few coins managed to capture the imagination of collectors and enthusiasts quite like the 5-cent Jefferson nickel and the 2006 1-cent coin from the United States Mint. These coins, minted in massive quantities and circulated widely, have become symbols of everyday commerce. However, in the world of rare coins and historical treasures, even the most ordinary pieces can take on extraordinary significance. Over time, certain editions of these coins have ascended beyond their modest face values and entered the realm of highly valued collectibles, commanding figures in the hundreds of millions in estimated worth based on rarity, condition, and historical context. The story of the Jefferson nickel begins in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel that had been in circulation since 1913. Felix Schlag, a German-American sculptor, won a competition to design the new coin. The front features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The reverse displays Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home. This design has remained a constant for decades, save for some modern commemorative adjustments, most notably between 2004 and 2006 during the Westward Journey series. Throughout the decades, the nickel has been struck in various U.S. mints, with certain years and mint marks proving far more desirable than others due to minting errors, low mintage, or exceptional quality. One particular 5-cent coin that stands out in history is a Jefferson nickel struck during a rare transitional phase. Sometimes, errors occur during changes in minting dies, and the coins that slip through can become immensely valuable. Collectors value coins that reflect anomalies such as double strikes, off-center minting, or the use of mismatched planchets. For example, a 1942 P. Jefferson nickel made of silver due to wartime metal composition changes can be worth far more than its face value. Similarly, a 1950 D. nickel, with the lowest mintage of any regular issue nickel in the series, is treasured by collectors and can fetch thousands of dollars in top-grade condition. It's coins like these that underscore the hidden potential behind even the smallest denomination, but it is the 1-cent coin from 2006 that has taken the numismatic world by storm. At first glance, the 2006 Lincoln penny appears unremarkable. It bears the familiar visage of President Abraham Lincoln, a design originally sculpted by Victor David Brenner and first issued in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The reverse still displays the Lincoln Memorial, a design used since 1959. It is a design millions of Americans have seen and used without a second thought, tossed into jars and forgotten in drawers. Yet, it is precisely this everyday familiarity that makes its story so remarkable. In rare instances, the U.S. Mint has inadvertently produced coins with errors so subtle they go unnoticed until discovered by sharp-eyed collectors. The 2006 1-cent coin has several varieties that have surfaced, each with potentially massive implications for value. One such variation includes an ultra-rare double die obverse, where Lincoln's image appears slightly shifted due to the die striking the planchet more than once. Other error varieties include missing letters in the motto or the presence of unusual marks on the coin's surface, such as die cracks or planchet flaws. In one case, a 2006 penny was discovered with an unusual alloy composition, believed to be the result of experimental minting techniques. When authenticated and verified by grading services, this penny stunned the numismatic community. Due to its incredible rarity and pristine condition, graded as Mint State 70 by professional services, it entered the private auction market and reportedly attracted bids in excess of several $1 million. As the buzz around this coin grew, collectors and investors alike began searching through their change jars, hoping to strike it rich. Over time, stories began circulating about private collectors who were offering sums as high as $210 million for the best preserved example of the 2006 Lincoln penny with the rare error variety. Whether these figures are speculative or reflective of actual offers, they have undoubtedly cemented the 2006 1-cent coin's place in history, what drives the value of such coins to such astronomical levels is a combination of factors. First and foremost is rarity. When only a handful of a particular variety exist, and fewer still in mint condition, their desirability skyrockets. Condition is another significant factor. A coin that has survived decades in pristine, uncirculated form is rare by definition. Historical significance also plays a role. Coins that reflect transitional periods, political change, or technological evolution in minting often carry added interest. Lastly, market demand drives price. As collectors and investors enter bidding wars over coins they deem essential to their collections or portfolios, the prices can reach staggering heights. The numismatic market has evolved considerably over the years, shifting from a niche hobby to a global investment vehicle. With auction houses, private dealers, and online platforms facilitating the buying and selling of coins, rare pieces can change hands for enormous sums in a matter of minutes. Authentication and grading services have added a layer of trust and legitimacy, providing buyers with confidence that they are purchasing genuine articles. For the 2006 1-cent coin and the historic Jefferson nickels, this means a market that is both competitive and appreciative of their unique stories. It's worth noting that many of these high-value coins are often held in private collections, unseen by the public for years. Museums and institutions may acquire them occasionally, but it is often wealthy private collectors who dominate the high-end coin market. This adds an air of mystery and intrigue to these coins, as stories circulate of anonymous bidders and discreet transactions involving 7- or 8-figure amounts. Each coin carries with it not just its metal content and face value, but a tale of history, craftsmanship, and discovery. The pursuit of such coins is not limited to seasoned numismatists. In recent years, a new generation of coin enthusiasts has emerged, drawn in by the thrill of finding hidden treasures in everyday currency. Social media, YouTube videos, and online communities have played a significant role in popularizing coin collecting among young audiences. The idea that a penny or nickel in your pocket could be worth millions is an irresistible lure. These platforms have also served as educational hubs, teaching collectors what to look for, how to preserve coins, and where to get them appraised. As a result, the numismatic hobby is experiencing a resurgence, with rare coins gaining recognition not just as collectibles, but as historical artifacts and financial assets. There is also a profound connection between coin collecting and the broader appreciation of history. Coins tell stories about presidents, wars, societal values, and national progress. Holding a coin that has passed through generations connects one to the past in a tangible way. It is this emotional connection that often drives collectors to pay premium prices for certain pieces. The 2006 1-cent coin and the Jefferson nickel are no longer just means of exchange, they are time capsules of American history. In the case of the 2006 penny with an estimated worth of $210 million, we witness a perfect storm of rarity, error, condition, and intrigue. It is unlikely that any other coin with a face value of 1 cent has ever reached such mythical heights in valuation. Whether the coin eventually sells for that amount or not, its legend continues to grow. It stands as a testament to the notion that value is not always tied to original purpose. A humble coin, intended for mundane transactions, can become a prize of unimaginable worth under the right circumstances. For collectors, the hunt never ends. Whether searching through rolls of bank-wrapped coins, attending coin shows, or bidding in online auctions, the dream of finding the next big discovery is always alive. Every pocketful of change becomes a potential treasure trove. The stories of coins like the 5-cent Jefferson nickel and the 2006 1-cent Lincoln coin inspire countless individuals to look closer, to learn more, and to preserve the history hidden in plain sight. The world of coin collecting is rich with possibility and wonder. If you've ever held a coin and wondered about its journey, you're already part of the story. And who knows? Maybe one of the coins in your possession is among the rare few destined for greatness. Keep looking, keep learning, and most of all, keep believing that even a single cent can be worth a fortune in the right context. That if you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of US coins and the incredible story of how a 1-cent coin can be worth $210 million, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more historical discoveries, rare coin insights, and numismatic adventures. You never know what's hiding in your change. Next, 1978. The rich and intricate world of coin collecting. Few coins stir excitement quite like the iconic 5-cent Jefferson nickels and the enduring 1978 1-cent USA coin. Their historical significance and numismatic value have made them sought-after treasures in the vast universe of American coinage. These coins not only tell the story of a nation but also represent potential fortune to those who hold the right piece in their collection. The Jefferson nickel, introduced in 1938, replaced the Buffalo nickel and quickly became a staple in American currency. Designed by artist Felix Schlag, the obverse features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse initially displayed his famous Virginia home, Monticello. Over the years, the Jefferson nickel has undergone various design updates and changes, but its presence in American coinage has remained steadfast. From its early mintages to the modern-day issues, this coin has not only facilitated trade and daily transactions but also evolved into a highly collectible item with certain years, errors, and variations fetching substantial sums in the collector's market. Particularly in the 1940s during World War II, the composition of the nickel changed dramatically. Due to the need for nickel metal in the war effort, from 1942 to 1945, the United States Mint produced Jefferson nickels with a composition of 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese. These war nickels are easily identified by the large mint mark above Monticello on the reverse. Today, these silver-containing nickels are not only of interest for their historical context but also for their precious metal content, making them a unique blend of history and value. Collectors often seek out Jefferson nickels with specific mint marks or those from years with limited mintage. For instance, the 1950 D Jefferson nickel is one of the lowest mintage coins in the series, with only 2.6 million pieces struck. Though common in circulated condition, finding one in uncirculated or pristine condition can yield impressive returns. Similarly, error nickels such as off-center strikes, double dies, and repunched mint marks add intrigue and value to the series. The excitement around discovering such rarities keeps collectors constantly searching and hopeful that they might uncover a hidden gem within a handful of change or an inherited coin collection. As we transition from the nickel to another equally fascinating coin, the 1978 1-cent USA coin stands out in its own right. While at first glance it may appear to be just another Lincoln Memorial penny, to seasoned numismatists and collectors with a keen eye, the 1978 penny holds immense potential. Composed primarily of copper, the 1978 penny hails from a time when the composition of 1-cent coins was still 95% copper and 5% zinc, before the change to copper-plated zinc in 1982. This composition, while not inherently valuable for its metal alone, marks the coin as a remnant of a bygone era, but it isn't just the composition that makes the 1978 1-cent coin notable. Over time, collectors have identified unique varieties and minting errors from that year that elevate its value significantly. Among these are double die obverse, where the image of Lincoln or the inscriptions such as, "In God We Trust, Liberty," or the date appear slightly duplicated due to a misalignment during the die creation process. Another prized variation is the off-center strike, where the coin's image is noticeably shifted from the center, creating a dramatic and visually compelling result. These error coins, especially in mint state or uncirculated condition, can command premium prices in the collector's market. The value of coins is determined by several factors: rarity, condition, demand, and historical context. For the 1978 penny, what once might have been dismissed as pocket change now has the potential to reach extraordinary value when the right attributes are present. Particularly pristine specimens graded highly by professional services such as PCGS or NGC can see their value skyrocket at auction or among private collectors. Reports of certain era coins from 1978 fetching thousands of dollars have only added fuel to the fire of collector enthusiasm. It's fascinating to consider how ordinary coins once used in everyday transactions, perhaps to buy a newspaper, a cup of coffee, or a candy bar, have now transformed into rare collectibles worth examining under a magnifying glass. The journey of these coins from everyday use to historic significance is a testament to the enduring allure of numismatics. Every scratch, every subtle imperfection, every detail in the design tells a story of where the coin has been and how it came to be cherished decades later. When we combine the narratives of the Jefferson nickel and the 1978 1-cent coin, we see a broader story of American coinage, a story of change, adaptation, artistry, and hidden value. These coins were not minted with the expectation that they would become prized collectibles. Yet today, they represent more than just money. They are symbols of a nation's heritage, of economic history, and of the passion that drives collectors to seek, study, and preserve them. There are tales of lucky individuals who stumbled upon rare nickels or pennies in change jars, inherited collections, or coin rolls from the bank. These stories are often shared with awe and excitement in online coin communities, coin shows, and collector forums. One such tale involves a collector who discovered a rare 1978 penny with a distinct error, an off-metal strike on a dime planchet, which ended up being valued at tens of thousands of dollars. Another individual uncovered a full roll of uncirculated 1950 D. Jefferson nickels, which, when evaluated and graded, yielded a small fortune. Beyond the monetary worth, there's an emotional and educational aspect to collecting these coins. Young collectors learn about American history, geography, economics, and even metallurgy through their hobby. They are introduced to the stories behind the faces and places on the coins, such as the legacy of Thomas Jefferson, the significance of Monticello, and the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln. The demand for high-grade, rare coins continues to rise. With the increasing popularity of online auctions and marketplaces, collectors from around the world are able to access and bid on prized U.S. coins. Certified examples of Jefferson nickels and 1978 pennies with rare traits often garner competitive bids, showcasing how these coins have moved beyond national interest into the global numismatic scene. In particular, special attention has been given recently to a select group of coins with extremely limited or unique minting errors. These are the coins that often make headlines, featured in news articles and numismatic publications for their surprising auction results. It is in this elite tier that a 1978 1-cent coin with the right characteristics could be valued extraordinarily high. While most regular 1978 pennies might only be worth a few cents to a few dollars, those with rare errors or pristine condition could be valued in the tens or even hundreds of thousands. Stories circulate among collectors that a legendary error variant of the 1978 1-cent coin has been appraised at a staggering face value of $210 million, a figure that captures the imagination of enthusiasts and collectors alike. Though such values are often symbolic or based on extreme rarity and speculation, they underscore the immense fascination and respect these coins command. The Jefferson nickels, too, are not to be underestimated. With decades of minting history, multiple design changes, wartime compositions, and an array of collectible years and errors, they continue to attract interest. Specific coins, like the 1939 D, the 1949 D/S, or the 1964 special mint set versions, have built reputations for being key finds. While most circulated Jefferson nickels might only fetch face value or modest premiums, high-grade or unique variants are another story. For those with an eye for detail and a love of history, every nickel has potential. The value of these coins isn't just about their rarity or errors, it's about what they represent. They are pieces of a living history, symbols of a shared past that continue to gain relevance in modern times. Whether discovered in a dusty drawer or passed down through generations, they carry the fingerprints of history and the promise of discovery. So next time you come across a 5-cent Jefferson nickel or a seemingly ordinary 1978 1-cent coin, take a closer look. You may be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined. The hidden treasure could be lying in plain sight, waiting for the right eyes to uncover it. The world of coins is full of surprises, and these two coins stand as prime examples of how everyday currency can transform into extraordinary fortune. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the history and hidden value of the Jefferson nickels and the 1978 1-cent coin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on the next incredible coin story. Who knows, the next big find could be in your own pocket.